not sure what happened. But going live didn't save to my videos. Oh, all that work. Not sure what happened. Still trying to figure it out. Can't do anything about it. At least I don't think so. But not going to try and figure it out either. I just wanted to see if the look on this is different than it was before as well. So I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah. Nah, I don't want that either. Back. Where is that? I don't know. There it is. No. Too funny. Okay. No, I don't want the green screen. It is kind of cute. Don't want it. There we go. I don't know. Hi, Joe. I don't know what happened. I was streaming from another thing and thought it was coming through on YouTube, but when I went back, apparently it wasn't there. And weird. I guess I'm going to have to get used to that. Hello, Gavin. Yeah, because I tried coming on at noon. I don't know what happened. Well, I kind of know what happened. I opened my Happy Mail and I unboxed everything. I did box it back up in one big box that doesn't really hold all of it very well, but yeah, I get my shoulder MRI'd next week. Hi, AJ. I'm trying to figure out what next to do with a quilt now, too. I could unbox everything again. Probably not. I did go over why I don't get scam calls and spam calls. If you want to hear that again. I just came on right now just to trying to figure out what I did when I was streaming. Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm filled with joy. I'm confounded. I am joyfully confounded as how that last thing happened and yet didn't save to my channel. Yeah, see, something happened during that, and I don't know what it was. So yeah, I don't think anybody got to see it all, and I didn't notice it till I went to end it, and it said, "You're done streaming." And I'm like, "Hmm, yeah, I know I'm done streaming, so where's the video?" It wasn't there. So I'm like, "Okay, lessened." Big lesson. Hi, Kate. Uh, but did you get to Joe, did anyone who was on there last Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing? I'm holding food down today, so that's a good thing. My husband thinks it's another adverse reaction to the infusions that I get, but um, I'm gonna say it's something I ate, but I don't know what it could have been yet. So, good afternoon, Sophia. Um, why I don't get spam or scam calls? Uh, oh, I'm on my phone, so I can't use that as a prop very well, but I haven't received them in gosh, um, a long time. In a long, long time. It has been months and months and months. But, your phone tells you kind of when you're, prospective spam or suspected scam caller or whatever. So the phone will ring and, "Hello, Blossoms. Why am I in a basement? Because that's where we moved my studio and that's where my long arm is." They're My husband's still working on he's gonna get the ceiling tiles for me in here. Um, all my fabrics back there in that big, long walk-in closet. So, yeah, we're kind of redoing the floor to the ceiling, and the ceiling will probably be the last thing that gets done. So I the long arm. But anyway, hi, Steve. No spam calls for this woman. No scam calls ever come in my phone. Why? Because when it rings and I think it's one of them, I pick it up and I say, "Hi, welcome to Scam Busters. You're live and on the air. And with me today is Federal Agent Timothy Hoskins. And who are we talking to today? And what's your scam?" And before I even get that far, they've hung up. Uh, it only took about maybe a week of doing that. I don't know, between 3 calls in a week. Well, I mean, I was getting it was less than a week. They stopped coming within I guess it was probably around day 3 or so that week. They stopped. They totally stopped. My husband didn't believe it. So then I said, "Well, next time your phone calls it, give me your phone." I did it to his phone. "Hi, you're live and on the air with Scam Busters, and with me today is Federal Agent," and I'd make up some other name like, I don't know, you know, Rod McGillicuddy or something, and, totally made up names. I don't know anybody by those names. And as a teacher, you got all kinds of names in your head anyway from so you just make one up, and honestly, and then I'll say something, I go, "What's your name and what scam are you dealing today?" And they've hung up long before I even get that far, as soon as and with me today is Federal, and they probably hang up right around there, actually. So, yeah, try your own little thing, and, they will stop. I promise you they will stop, and I'm sure at some point it'll circle back around again, and my numbers will probably come up, but, I don't know. I don't bother to put myself on a list that's just too complicated and too messy and doesn't work half the time. So, that's what I do. No more what's my favorite holiday made up by humans? Well, aren't all holidays made up by humans? Maybe I need a little more clarity with that, what you're like in the last 20th century or what? I mean, are you getting at the fact that today is Sweetest Day, which was a company, I think, didn't it? Wasn't that a Hallmark made up thing to sell more cards or whatnot? I don't know. I don't repeat that because I don't know if that's true. I just made that up. Um, so yeah, that's what happens. I'm exhausted from earlier unboxing. Oh, I didn't put my thread away. Just now noticing. But what is everybody up to today? Let's see here. Just like holidays, what's your favorite God made up by humans? There's more than 3,000 to choose from. Okay. I get you. All right. My favorite? Hmm. Let's see. I really like I want any excuse for a holiday. I'm down with that. Um, I like anything that involves joy and happiness. So I mean, even Halloween can be scary and all, but yeah, the joy on children's faces, gotta love it. Good memories on Halloween, Thanksgiving, always good food. I mean, a family can't put a smile on your face, the food will, right? Um, Christmas, yes, big on Christmas or even New Year's. um, I'm not the biggest drinker in the world, but who doesn't like the sound of the pop of the cork at midnight, right? Lots of fun. Mischief night, the night before Halloween. Yes, those pranks. Gotta like those pranks. Teenager, I loved those pranks. We used to do pranks all the time in the neighborhood. Mind you, they weren't damaging pranks though, which we seem to see more these days, I think. I don't know. We did not do harm or cost our neighbors money in our pranks. They were fun. They were all good and fun. I mean, at the worst case, they may have had to spend some time pulling toilet paper off the roof or something. But honestly, when we really TP'd a house bad, we often came back and offered help, especially if we knew they were older and just for fun. So, but mostly it was kids and friends, and especially if they were a good friend, we TP'd their house, and it was like, "Yeah, did you get in much trouble? Did you have to do much? Hey, Melanie. Hi, how you doing?" We would go back. So, yeah, mischief is good, but then who doesn't like Valentine's Day? Oh, I'll tell you what, guys. If there's going to be a breakup by a girl, it's not going to happen until like after a birthday, after an anniversary, after a Christmas, after Valentine's Day. That's when it's going to happen then. So watch your pennies. I used to tell my boys at home that, oh no, never, ever spend more than, and I would give them a dollar amount that was back for then in their time because they are in their 40s now. It I think it was around $20 on a gift for sig their girlfriend, or my daughter was the same thing. I told her on her boyfriend. And a lot of stuff they did, they made. Bitcoin was launched on Mischief Night. Why am I not surprised by that? I did not remember that fact. Thank you, Steve. Uh, yeah, because I used to work in the finance industry, so I'm like, yeah, okay. Sold my business. Yeah, exactly. I said, "Do they like you or do they just want the gifts they can get from you?" That was exactly it, Melanie. I'll go cheap and see who and amazingly, hi, Melissa. Uh, they really had better relationships and friendships. Even if they broke up, they had nice friendships after that. Uh, so I was pleased with myself for giving them that advice. I mean, not often that your advice pans out into something really nice for some. You always hope it does, and especially with kids, you just don't know. I'm like, "Oh, should I let you is that something you need to find out on your own, or do I actually help you through this?" Um, so yeah, that advice, it ended up being advice that they took to heart. I remember the boys in my kitchen one year making, lip gloss, perfume, the kind that used to that you rub on. It's got a petroleum or wax kinda base to it. I guess they call it glacé? Glacé? I'm not sure. And what else did we make? We made lip gloss, we made perfume, We made, oh, bath bomb, little bath salts, bath bombs or something. Yeah, they cooked up a bunch of stuff that I found for them back then on the interweb. Back then it was dial up. So, and they made mix CDs. They found out what their favorite songs were and made a special mix CD for them. At least that wasn't the time of CDs. In my days, it would have been a mixtape. Hello, Joyce. Um, yeah, and then I'd get baskets for them at the Goodwill, and we'd stuff it with tissue paper and whatnot, and shred it and everything, and stick the little items in there, and then wrap it up with cellophane and a heat gun, and let that suck down and put a bow on it and everything. And they gave those out to their girlfriends. In fact, one of my boys was Big Brian was on, and Martin were on the cheerleading squad, two of them, for basketball, and they started practice before Christmas. They started, so they did a Christmas exchange, and they did it for each one of them. And some of the boyfriends of the girls were really upset with them because they liked their gift better than the one they got from their boyfriend. But so yeah, good times, good times. I unboxed a bunch of mail today. Maybe I can take you over to it. That's right, because I'm on the phone now. I'm not on that tablet where everything messed up. Sorry about that light in your face. I don't know. Can you see what's in this box here? I can't. My finger's not working very well. And it goes down deep. I can't. Sorry. Can't really get. I don't know where this was sitting, but it was in a good spot. Well, maybe if I do that and I move up and hide the light. That's a bad light. I know what I was doing. I had that done it before. Maybe up here. Turn this one back off. There. Hi, Deb. Yeah, I could go through everything in that box again and show you and tell you where it came from, like Soft Squares, Fat Quarter Shop, Cotton Cuts, Missouri Star. I got a ton of stuff that just sat there for 2 weeks because I was just miserable from the infusion reaction I was getting. And I think some of that nausea and not keeping food down was part of it. I just hope it doesn't become cyclical, and every time that time release comes in and more gets sent me that it happens again and again. But you want me to go through the haul again? I can go through it. You want to see all the goodies? Yeah, I am feeling better. Oh gosh, yeah. And it's so good. I ate like a soft-boiled egg this morning, and I went, oh, that actually sounds good. It smells good. It tastes good. It's staying down. Okay. All right, let me see if I can't move it a little closer, though, because it is heavy. I loaded it up here so my husband could put it back. I don't know if you see that dark opening in the back over my left shoulder here, but that there is where all fabric is stored, all the way down that whole wall, down that way on the inside down there, on both sides. There's it's pretty horrific, and this looks pretty. I'm going through this and it looks pretty bad. I'm gonna have to start making more, which is good because the more I use my arm, the better it's gonna get faster. I bought this pattern. It's just a pattern, and I thought, oh, I could use that up with my stash for next year and put it in my classroom if I decide to go back. If not, I'll use it at home. What? Pumpkin pox? This came from Soft Squares, and it was only $3. And it comes, I don't know what it comes with. I know it comes with this grid. Was this the one with the grid? No, this is just the pattern. think this is just the pattern for $3. I mean, what do you want, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's just the pattern. It's just the pattern. But it does give you a list of supplies that you'll need. It finishes at 17 by 17, so it's not real big. So I figured, no, it's not just embroidery. It is applique for the most part. They do tell you to get some lightweight batting, and it takes a fusible web. You need fusible web. You do have embroidery floss because you will need that for some parts of it. Buttons for the eyeballs, scraps for the pumpkin parts and words, a fat quarter for the backing, 1/8 of a yard for the border, 1/8 of a yard for the binding. And yeah, imagine that you sew on the pox. I don't know if I can get that back up there again. It does have embroidery to it. I don't know where I've been looking at the wrong thing here. The words are fabric, but you're going to either applique or embroider them down. The teeth probably look embroidered, maybe. But the pox on the one pumpkin, the pox look like there. Okay, but that was from Soft Squares. I have a few 10 squares. This is called Rainbow. It's kind of a giveaway when you look at it. You can kind of, oh, what else would they call that? It's a batik, Island Batik Rainbow. This one's called Sunset Garden, and I think, whoops, I'm not even showing you. You know what I miss? What I miss on the back of these is when they used to put the colors, the little squares on the back that showed you what was in the pack. And they don't do that anymore. I know it's an extra cost, but will what we pay for these nowadays? Come on, give it back to us. I cannot find. Was that Sunrise or Sunset Garden? Sunset Garden. I bought the fat quarter for that as well, and that's in this box over here. It came in 2 separate boxes because everything I bought, these were from Missouri. Most of stuff is coming from Missouri Star on super sale because I don't buy unless it is super sale. No, wait, Thursday, I didn't do anything on Thursday. Oh, the boxes I told you about. Yeah, it's the boxes on Thursday I said I was going to do and didn't do because I was too tired. But I got some energy today. This one is nothing but, it's like latte to dark coffee batiks. Oh, yeah. Here's the fat quarters I got of that Sunset Gardens. And believe me, if I'm buying fabric, you better believe it's like 50% off or more. Because God, it seems like it was just like a few years ago, maybe it was 5, that they layer cakes and jelly rolls were, 20 something. And now they're 40 something. Or even 52. They range from $42 to $52. Unbelievable. Well, I don't buy it unless it's low 20 something. So they're 50% off or more. Most of these I pick up at 55, 53% off at Missouri Star. Another fat quarter bundle of 5 was this holiday pumpkin spice. And let's see if I can't position this where I can show you some of these. I can't hold it with that one very well, but okay, we'll try. Come on. pumpkin spice. Oh, that's as good as it gets with my fingers. Sorry about that. Oh, I got these two things last year, or no, it's the same thing. I just have two of them. One, two. They are in my Advent box, and I really love them. They're quilt hanger wall clips, and they're so nice to put on the wall and put your quilt in. They are super duper. Let's see if I can't. Okay, they look like this. They go on the wall with one of those things on the back, or if you're like me, you stick 3M on the back of them and then put it on your wall. But this little thing unscrews here, if I can hold it long enough up high enough. Try it, scoot up a little bit more. This unscrews here. It loosens this thing, and you can put it out a little bit more. It unscrews more. Honestly, it does. This whole thing screws off the top. You stick your quilt underneath of that, and then you hold it there and screw it back in. Ouch. Okay. And it holds your quilt up on the wall without giving it pinchy marks or whatever. And if you're like me, just to be safe, I glued felt onto the bottom of mine anyway, just to give it extra protection. And I really love them. So I bought two more because they were super cheap. And then, of course, can't go without a 3-yard cut of a Java batik. I don't know if it can be seen very well. Good enough, I suppose. Let's get through this. We don't want to be here forever because, believe me, there's a lot here. Storage, fabric storage bag. Another 2-yard, 2.5-yard cut of, this is Quilt Town, and it's very Christmassy block design on it. I don't know if you can, maybe if I turn this light on, it might give some value over here. Yeah, too hard to see anyway. But that I got to go with this Quilt Town Jelly Roll. Christmas in Quilt Town or something like that. Christmas. Yeah, it is. It's Christmas in Quilt Town. Look at that. Okay. You have two of them? Yeah. No, I'm not hurting myself. My arm is tired. I'm getting therapy now on it. So that's a good deal. And it's gonna be some time. That's okay. I got time. As long as they let me go back to work soon. No, I'll do as they tell me to, honestly. This is a 2 or 3-yard cut of this green vine for backing. And, more jelly roll. This is, I got those coffee squares to kind of be a background for this roll. And it doesn't tell me, but I remember it had kind of like an autumn name to it. And it doesn't say on it. It just says Java Batik. It doesn't say. It says Maywood. But I got that light to dark coffee, that latte to dark coffee 10 square to go with, to be a background for something on that one. And then here's the Sunset Garden again. So I have the 10-pack, the jelly roll, and a fat quarter to make a really big quilt out of. Haven't quite decided. I've got a couple patterns in mind that require all of that. Oh yeah, that red was, I love that red in there too. This I won from Lynn at Soft Squares. This one is called Forest Village, and Riley Blake. And yeah, look what they sent on it. They sent this tag that said, "Relax, don't worry, she won this." I go, my husband would get a kick out of it, but he don't care what I buy. He would if it hit his took away from his things, but it doesn't. Yeah, and honestly, a lot of what I buy, I do take up. I take to school, and we use it there. Like the rainbow batiks. Yes, I do love batiks, but it wasn't all for me. Um, so I want that, but a lot of what I take up is like that we use some of the 10 squares, but mostly charm packs because we make smaller projects and it's so much easier. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, okay. Um, oh, this is the one I bought. It came with the stuff in it. It's pre-cut, and you sew it onto these grids. I did a project like that for an ornament with a reindeer head ornament, and it did pretty well. So when this went on sale, it's called Grandma's Sewing Machine. And I'm like, okay, that's super cheap enough. I think I'll try it. And then your fabrics here that are pre-cut. And then there's a panel in there, I think, or something. So we'll try that. All right, now we're getting into the really. Here's a quick stack. All right, charm squares. This is from the Ruby Fern collection, which I had several of, and I've taken some to school for them to use with red and greens. And now I have a 5 square for them. Charm pack, whatever you want to call them. I love Henry Glass. They still put the stuff on the back for you. And then you can see the shades that they have that are in there. And I have 2 of these. It's called Baubles and Balsam. But I thought, boy, that would be great for fall. And what we don't use this fall, then I have it for next fall. And I gotta have them when they go on sale. Okay, man, you think, oh man, I'm in a crunch now to do something for fall. No problem. I buy it and I save it for my classroom for next year. And usually when I buy more than once, because I get one for me, because I like to have variety in the classroom because nobody likes to make the same thing. They all want to make something unique. So this is a more, and it's a lot of grays, purples, and greens. Got 2 of those. I don't know what I was thinking this day. There was like, oh, wait a minute. Well, yep, there's 4 of them. Turn this off. I'm not sewing anymore. And it's called Under the Rainbow. But it is not the batik rainbow that we saw earlier, but it's got the same color scheme going on there. But it's called Under the Rainbow. Got 4 of these. You keep lurking and cutting, Joe. That's great. I'm looking forward to doing that myself one day. And then, of course, you've got the colors all around here. So 4 of those. 3 will actually make it to school for sure. Then I have 2 of these gray 5-inch squares. A lot of background, so got 2 of those. I got this Wyndham Fabrics. This I can actually maybe try this. I don't know. Pretty much staying on the same ones again. But I thought it would nice little blenders for some fall fabrics that I had. And then Artful Blooms. We used that at school. Whoops. And they liked it, so I bought another one. Because it was on sale. And I could buy one. What was that? Oh, of course. I got more quilting needles. 9014s. Schmetz. Got a needle minder. This little thing is actually magnetic as well, and you can stick that on your thing and hold your needles there. This actually came with needles in it too. I was very surprised. I do teach the kids embroidery, and I did order a bunch of pearl cotton, but I've already put that away for school. Don't teach them embroidering on the machines, not at this level. So I teach them hand embroidery, which is good to know. Oh, this goes with picnics and parade. Got 2 of these, and the red and white fabrics in that line in a 5-pack bundle of fat quarter bundle of the red and whites of that line, and then this got the red, whites, and blues. Okay, which brings me down to I bought 2 of these. One is already open and I'm using it somewhere here already. I think I just buried it. This has got 2 packs. It's what did I buried it. I can't believe I buried it in all this stuff. Well, yes, I can. I guess I can. It's those boxes Missouri Star has, the zippered boxes, and I just find them so handy. At home and at the classroom, my big sewers like it. They start making their own little sewing box out of some of them, and they grab them. I bought more templates because I finally was online, and well, see, now you know it. People who don't have energy to do anything all day and are sick or whatever, and they finally wake up and get to go online and do something. You know, we hit something and it's on sale, we buy it, I guess. At least that's what I did. This autumn one, this cute squirrel, he's so cute, but it's just big. You get 2 for the price of 1. Awesome. He pops right in there. So cool. Oak leaf, same thing. Yeah. And the best, drum roll it, because the acorn has 3 sizes in it. Bonus, big, medium, and small. That is so great. Yes. I love applique. I hope to get to do more of it as soon as I can start cutting again. I'm looking forward to it. Can you tell? And then I got this quilt as you go because I have students who really love it. And this is kind of a house. They call it the 4-inch house template. And what I'm thinking too, I'm like, this is a great size. I don't have to take it out. You can kind of see. It's for a large gift tag. I could cut that out of fabric and use some heat and bond or whatever, and then either write or embroider to and from on it. How would that be? And because my students like making cozy balls or bowl cozies, they used it so much it cracked and ripped. And so I bought them a new one. And because it was on sale with the pre-cut batting, I have students that like to cut their own, but then I have students that, no, I just want the pre-cut. And I get it. And right now, because I don't cut very much, I will, if I can cut fabric, not having to cut the batting is a big help. But that's for them, actually. Oh, and then from Lynn at Soft Squares, they had this snowflake fabric that I wanted on sale. So I need a bunch of varying shades of blue to white. So I'll stand up and use the top of my machine to help me with this. I have this dark blue. You can tell this is all from the same line so far. To this one medium blue. To this little lighter with white in it. This is from a different line, I think. And this, because they had to substitute. This is the white with the blue on it. That was from Soft Squares. And I think they did a good job substituting what I needed, because it's like exactly like the one they didn't have. And then here's another shade. So because I wanted 5. Whoops, that changed. There we go. There's more of what it's like. And it's in between those 2 blues. So I have that's for a future project. I got quilt storage bags, which I really need one right now. A couple of them right now. I don't need the king, but the queen and the twin I need right now. Full. It's a full. I don't have it. I need. I have 2 yards here. I think it's 2 yards of forget-me-not on a black background. Forget-me-not is Alaska's state flower. And when I was there, I went to like, gosh, I don't know, half a dozen fabric stores looking for Alaska fabric, and they were all out. They were all out. They, you know, they were done for the season, and I'm like, wow, okay. But I found it, Missouri Star, on sale. And then I got a bunch of batting for school as well. Here's a twin. Somebody will get that pattern. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, this is a twin. And in here I've got 2 table runners with, again, somebody will get those. And a throw size. Again, oh, this is just falling charm, so somebody will get that to probably make it. You might want to use those gray squares in it. Who knows? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. All right. And, oh, this is Kona color. I don't know why they had it on sale, but it looked like the right shade of pink that I've needed. want to put it up to the quilt I want to use it with, but it looks right now, it looks like it'll work perfect. That'll become a backing. Oh. 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 Okay, these are 10 squares for school again. Gypsy Flutter Favorites, and it's got dragonflies on it. Hey, I don't mind it for school, but because if they don't use it, guess what? It ends up in my stash. So I get a big variety. 2 of these because I did want one definitely. This was called Amethyst Shadows. Again, they're not putting that stuff on the back, and I can't really open them right now for you and show you. I'm sorry about that. Bad me. It was just too much stuff to go through. We're almost done. Always need batting. And this one, I'm going to take it with the Christmas fabric when I get back to work. Hopefully they get me back up there in a couple of weeks. Of course, this is, I think it's Robert Kaufman. Yep, Robert Kaufman. A holiday flourish or something like that. Oh no, don't come on. It's one of those finger ones. You touch it and it goes, phew. Oh, somewhere. Oh yeah. Where's that other thing? I didn't put it back in because it's a Christmas present. Ah, here, I'll show you in the box and then I'll get mine out of here, which I'm about ready to bury. Is this light, this vision light? It's wonderful. It's got a, put that back with the Christmas presents. It's got a magnifier on it. Come on. No, I don't want the cord. It does come with a plug-in cord, so you can, but it works without it. Here's the light. It has 2 levels. Okay, I'm going to drop it here in a minute. Nope. Bright. Sorry, I don't want to put it in your face, but you can see it, and then it goes down to 1 light, and then it's off. And then you've got this magnification. Ooh. What do you want to see up close? And then, of course, you've got that light. You can shine it through it, underneath of it, however you want to use it. But not only that, it's got a magnet underneath, so you can actually tack it up to something and it'll stay. That's metal, like this here. And then, not only that, oh, got it. That little part comes out, and then you can clip it onto something and use it, and then it just slips right back in this little thing. See if I can grab it again. There we go. Doing good. I'm getting my exercise in today. How about that? Ooh. And then we are not done. No, not by a long shot. I put some of this away. I got a backing fabric from Cotton Cuts for my Under the Sea. That came. And oh, this came. This box has the next Aloha project in it, which is island hopping. And it came with, I got the backing, but the backing, they also give you material enough to make a pillowcase for it. So that's pretty cool. And the Cotton Cuts is in here. I chose, the Starboard. Yeah, Starboard. And so it's red, white, and blue. So you've got your blue, you've got your red, and then you've got the blue stars like you saw in there. And then you've got the white stars, but you couldn't see it very well. For here, it's white with gold stars. And of course they send you the stickers, and there was a, where'd it go? There was a, oh, here it is. There was a luggage tag that came with it. So it's called Island Hopping. So they gave you this Cotton Cuts luggage tag where you could put your own information in there. Permanent like. I thought, well, that was cute. That's, next time I'll put that on my luggage when I go somewhere. Which probably won't be for a while with all the appointments I got going on. But that's all right, because I will put that back down there again, because that actually starts, I forgot, it starts November 1st or 4th or something like that. And there is one more thing in from Missouri Star. Because who can't use more red wide backing? 108 wide. Let me see if I can hold that up with one arm, and I can't. It's really red. It's not looking as, maybe if I turn it a little this way, I don't know. Wherever you see it looks the reddest, that is probably pretty true to what it is. So that was the haul, most of it. What else was there? I don't know. I think that pretty much, I put a few things away, but that was the main part of it right there. Ooh, that's enough. I'm not even, don't want to add this up. Waking up, being up all night is dangerous. I do too. Thank you, Deb. And everybody already heard how I take care of spam calls, right? I did cover that. Well, it wasn't all in one haul. It was over a couple of weeks worth of boxes and mail. I got to figure out how to put it all back in. Oh, and I got that little puzzle thing that they give you at Cotton Cuts when we're doing Aloha. Which, well, that's not why I did it, but I thought that was pretty cool. We got another one for island hopping. And I like a good puzzle. I'm thinking my husband's going to have to make me a frame, or maybe I can find an embroidery hoop where I can put it in that, secure it in that, and then hang it on the wall. That would look cute in an embroidery hoop. Anyway, I don't even know what time it is, and I don't want to miss Zaza. She's on today, right? I don't know what time it is. I buried my tablet, and my phone's not showing me the time. This is awful. Oh, I know what else I got. I got 2 pattern binders from Missouri Star. They went on sale really cheap. You got them in a two set. So I bought those for school to keep our patterns in. I know she comes on at 3 Eastern, but what time is it now? It's got to be late. And I'm hoping it's not too late where I can't take a 20-minute nap or something. I'm on the East Coast. So anybody on Eastern time, feel free to tell me what time it is. It's 2 Eastern right now, so I have an hour. I can actually take an hour nap. That would be awesome. Okay. So, and just to recap, if anybody missed why I don't have spam calls anymore, it's because I answer the phone and say, "You're live and on the air with Scam Busters, and with me today is Federal Agent Rod Stewart. What's your scam and what's your name?" And they hang up before they ever get that far. Sad. They hang up on me before I ever get to hear their name or what their scam is. Yeah, and I have not, it's been months since I've had a scam call. I imagine at some point it'll circle back on their list and my number will pop up again. But it's easier than going through the hassle of do not call list and having to update that all the time. It's just on the first first couple of calls. And I did it. My husband didn't believe it, and I did it on his phone. "Hi, you're live and on the air with Scam Busters, and today with me is Agent John Federate. And what's your name and what scam are you dealing today?" And they hang up before I get that far. Like I'm telling you, that I get a click long before I even ever finish. And they don't call. They scratch your name. They delete it off some kind of thing. Yeah, you don't get a call from anybody. Ooh, what was Melissa's idea? Good idea. You do have tone of voice. Yeah, I've got to fix that's for sure. Oh yeah, well, I'm setting my alarm. But Melissa had an idea on scam colors, or was that something else? It's okay. I'm desperately trying to remember that one so I can try. Okay. "Hi, you're live and on the air with," and make up a name for your, you can use Scam Buster, I don't care. "Scam Busters. And with me today is special guest, or with me today is federal agent, special guest, federal agent, doesn't matter, just whatever's gonna roll off your tongue real good." And then you make up a name. Being a teacher, I got all kinds of names in my heads all the time. And with me today is federal agent Thomas Jameson. And like I said, they usually hang up as soon as they hear federal agent. They go, they hang up on me, but then I go on anyway sometimes just in case they haven't and I missed it. "What's your name and what scam are you dealing today?" And you usually get a dial tone. So, do you need me to repeat that again? Oh, sure, you can. It's not, I mean, there's nothing original about that. I mean, anybody could think of that. So, yeah, go ahead. Do you want me to repeat it again? I can go slower. Well, because my first thought was, I'm just gonna scam the scammer, right? So that's why I made it. I figured out my feeling was, oh, they'll still on give me their name and their scam, and then I will know how to handle it and scam them back, right? Well, I never got that far, and it's not where I've not been able to since they hang up and I get deleted off a list. So, uh, she might be, write it down. Yeah. That's okay, write it down right now, and if you read it and you want me to repeat what I do, that it is funny and useful. It's like when, crank callers back in the day used to call my number and get all hot and bothered on the phone or try to get me upset about it or whatever, I'd be like, "Um, excuse me a minute. I'm really don't have time for this right now. Um, maybe later, but right now, I mean, if you're in the mood, here's a number you can call. They'll appreciate it." I give them the phone number of the zoo or the wild animal park, and, I guess I can say San Diego Zoo and San Diego Wild Animal Park because that's where I lived, when I did this, or the local police department. I had those written down by the phone. The phone was on the wall and they were right there. "Crank callers, here are the numbers," and I would rattle the number off to it, and I said, "Be sure and tell them I sent you." And they say, "Okay, thanks," and they'd hang up. I'm sure they dialed. My yours like, "I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood right now. I'm really not. Maybe later, but hey, call this number." They look forward to these calls, and they're like, "Okay." The other thing is otherwise keep a whistle by the phone, and I would just blow the whistle right in their ear. Of course, when you have little kids and they're napping, you can't do that. That's why I had to give up the other one. "Oh, you lived in Chula Vista? And you're back in Chula Vista, Chula Vista. Yip, yip." You remember that song about the highways, about the freeways? And then you're back in Chula Vista. I could just remember the chorus. Um, I knew it was about the taking the different freeways and then you'd end up back in Chula Vista. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just south of San Diego. You're in you're now in Biloxi, Mississippi. Oh, wow, that's a big change. Big change. Yep, I was either in you'll either find me in San Diego, uh, Kaneohe, Hawaii, or, Colon, Michigan, or where's my other favorite haunt? Um, anyway, for years your sister-in-law was in the Navy. Go Navy. You bet. I'm looking forward to that Army-Navy game. It's gonna be good this year. Um, oh, geez, I hope that was thunder I was hearing, not something else like a tree falling in the back. Yep. So, sorry, wrong person. Oh, son-in-law. Well, okay, I guess I just didn't want to assume. My son's in the Navy. I should have known. Okay, son-in-law was in the Navy. Okay. Very cool. Very Now, San Diego is a great place to be stationed. I mean, if you can't be stationed in Hawaii, then yeah, San Diego's good. Uh, it's one of my favorite places. My mother is still there. And actually, she is a native of Coronado. So, yeah. I'll bet you loved it. Did you go over to Coronado much? Did you go on up the Silver Strand into Coronado? Or did you take the bridge? If you ever did. Okay. You know what they called the bridge when it was first being built? The bridge from San Diego to Coronado? Okay, that bridge, when it was first being built, we called it the Tiny Tim. Why, you ask? Because I know you're going to. They called it the Tiny Tim because it replaced 3 ferries. Yuck, 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 I know. I remember taking the ferries over to Coronado. And sometime when I was probably I think it was around, say, preteen or teen when they built the bridge. But yeah. And back then, Tiny Tim was that little singer that with his little ukulele, "Tiptoe through the tulips by my window." That guy? Yeah, they now have ferry boats back again, but it's for passengers only. It's people, not cars, but back in the day, it was cars and people. And, yeah, so they called the bridge the Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim was popular on the day. You'd see him a lot on Johnny Carson. Um, and he'd sing this in his little really high falsetto voice, and, um, so they called it because Tiny Tim was replacing the 3 ferries, the ferry as well, yeah. Ah, Yeah, the old ferries were really something. They were lots of fun to take. I mean, sometimes we'd be in downtown San Diego. Um, we'd beg my mom to take us on a ferry ride to Coronado just to ride the ferry back and forth. We'd get on, and we'd usually go get ice cream somewhere in Coronado, and then we'd get back on the ferry and go back across and go home. But yeah, the silly things we make our parents do, and they actually oblige us for. I can think of the things I do for my kids and oblige them still. And they're grown, but they're pretty cool. My son now obliges me back. He told me he came up to our house the other day and he says, "Oh, good, you don't have pumpkins out yet." And I said, "Why? No, I was gonna go get them this weekend." He goes, "Don't, you can't go get them. I'm buying you pumpkins this year." I'm like, "Okay." All right. I think he's gonna come over and probably take us to the local pumpkin patch tomorrow. And we'll go get pumpkins. Yeah, he's a sweet. He's my miracle babe. When he was in high school, almost lost him. To make a long story short, he has one functioning lung. That in a course of 12, 13, 14 months, he was in the hospital twice. The second time, that's when we almost lost him twice. A lot of prayer, answered prayer, a lot to be joyful for. And he is so special. And he is wonderful. Not that my other children are not. My daughter is a gem. My daughter's wonderful. All my older boys, all of them are wonderful, wonderful young men and have wonderful families. I can't. Anyway, enough of that, me gushing over my kids. Anyway, we all have wonderful kids, don't we? Oh, Bates Nut Farm. You know what we used to call Bates Nut Farm? We used to call Nate's Butt Farm. I can't even say it without laughing. Nate, we'd switch the two letters of Bates and Nate and Nut. So yeah, Nate's Butt Farm. Oh yes, I remember in high school we used to drive out there. It used to be a meeting place on the weekends. We used to go. Everybody would go out there. We'd get a pumpkin or buy something at the store, some nuts, and we'd go out and picnic or something. We'd go up to Julian and picnic. Oh my gosh, the places we used to drive to when we were in high school, and now it's a total freeway. Almost. I mean, my gosh, Ramona was out in the boonies. I mean, it was like a 2-lane road, and now the freeway takes you all the way in there. Unbelievable. Strawberry place. Oh yeah. Oh, in the flower place. Yeah. That's out on. You mean Ecky's? Out on Carlsbad. Where they have pea soup Andersons out there now. It was, yeah, north of San Diego. It's just north of, actually, it's just outside Carlsbad. And it's where they have the ranunculus, the big rainbow of flowers out there that you can see. And yeah, Carlsbad, the flowers. Yep. That is north of San Diego. Yeah. It's by Legoland now. And Pea Soup Andersons. God, Pea Soup Andersons, where I met Dolly Parton. That was so cool. We had lunch together. One of my big claims to fame. It's not really anything famous. I had my oldest son was in his high chair, and I was there having lunch because it was just a convenient place to stop from the pediatricians. And she looked at my little boy and she fell in love with him. Well, he was cute. I can't deny that. He was also a model, so I'm not surprised. He had beautiful strawberry hair and crystal clear blue eyes. And she just thought, oh, she says, he's so cute. She sat down and had lunch. Her party sat behind us. She wouldn't let him sit in the same booth. She says, "No," she says, "I'm just gonna sit here." And I'm just we ate lunch and it was cool. So my oldest is in his 40s. Like, oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. Oh, yeah. But it sounds like it's gonna rain here. Oh, I'm just looking at this, trying to pack it up again. I know, yeah. Funny things that happen, and yeah, there's things there's wild things about me people do not know about, and that's all right. That's okay. We don't need to learn it all at once. Take our time. But Melissa, did you get your scam busters written down? Oh, really, Melanie? Your oldest is in their 40s too. So you understand? You didn't drive though. That's amazing. Oh, he remembers everything. He loved it. Okay, great. Good, good, good. Oh, that's okay. I was just thinking maybe, you were kind of mixing your Spanish with English in there or something, which I happen to do sometimes when I get really excited. So, as I've had kids tell me at school, I go, Mrs. Could you say it all in English? Ah. But as the years have gone by, it's less Spanish because there's nobody here to talk to. So everybody speaks English here. So it's just, it works out. I told my husband, I said, well, I could brush up on my Spanish. We could move to Spain. We could buy a villa in Spain with a vineyard. How about that? Do you know Spain is really, really cheap? Wow, it's amazing. And then you're right there near where you can travel a whole bunch of places. However, you do give up a few things. Yeah, that's why you had to know Spanish in San Diego. If I spend long enough time in San Diego, I come back and the same thing kind of happens for a couple of weeks. But yeah, my husband, he doesn't want to give up his freedoms here. I said, I don't think you're going to give up much, but he tells me no. So it's okay. He's afraid that none of the family will come visit us in Spain. And I said, are you crazy? Everybody's going to come visit us in Spain because now they have a place to stay for free and eat for free. So yeah. I said, we won't be able to get rid of them. But he still disagrees with me. So right now, we're staying put. And we'll just stick to traveling when we want to go somewhere. But we're not going to move there. Which is okay. Because, I don't know, that'll give me a chance to. I like Mississippi. You never know. I know where Biloxi is. Do you know where the Chucalissa Indian site is with the pyramid? I thought that was in Mississippi. It's like the Aztec ruins there that are in the ground. Yeah, taco shops. That would make me the happiest. Okay. I would visit you, Melanie. You could take me shop hopping. Or I'll take you shop hopping, whatever, because you don't drive. So I'll take you shop hopping. Yes. Go visit everything in Mississippi. Oh, did I show this one? This was also in my box last year, but when it came on sale, I got another one because I've used it and I liked it so much. I really wanted it for a decoration in the kitchen. And then it's become quite used and scrubbed, so. Oh, oh, I could be okay with a casino or two. I'm used to those in California and just about everywhere else you go these days. So I'd be all right with casinos. Well, I'm not a big gambler or anything, but oh yeah, that little roller thing, that quilty little rolling pin, that's what they call it. My husband liked cookies from it last year. And it's been so used. He goes, make those quilty sugar cookies again, or what? They're not, well, they're a variety of sugar cookie, but yeah. They're a roll-out cookie. But I can't roll. He has to do it all, and he loves doing that. He get the regular rolling pin out, then he rolls that over them, then he separates them and puts them in there for me. He's gotten to baking quite a few things and gotten good at gluten-free cooking. So, oh, I can see a few things under here now. Yay for me. Oh. Well, I should let everybody go because I'm tired. I am exhausted and I want to take that nap so I'm refreshed and can watch Zaza. I want to go and watch Zaza. So, if nobody has any questions or anything, Melanie, it's been fun chatting with you. I like that. You all need to chat more. It's okay. Say goodbye. Spread the joy. God, man, you find it yourself and then you end up giving it to others when you do. So, and it all starts there. You're welcome for the fun chat, Melissa. I love chatting with you too. It was great. You too, Deb. Yeah, I'm going to rest up and I'm going to come up with more pep and energy for Beyond with Zaza's group. All right. See you all later. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye-bye. Spread the joy. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not what I want to do. That's what I did last time, and it didn't save for me. What do I got to do? I don't know. Go here? No. And that's a wrap somehow. I got to make it wrap. Bye. I am leaving. I will get there eventually. I'm afraid to hit the X that it's going to do what it did last time and not save it.